So Daniel Dubois sent warning to the former undisputed heavyweight world champion Oleksandr Usyk, who is now the unified champion. He said there is definitely unfinished business. So Daniel Dubois made these statements following the development that Oleksandr Usyk will be looking to go back to the cruiserweight to become undisputed cruiserweight world champion once again. Daniel Dubois was reacting to this development, and he said he definitely have unfinished business to settle with Oleksandr Usyk. You all know that it's been a year since Dubois was stopped by the Ukrainian in the 9th round of the world title showdown. But Daniel Dubois has rebounded with a technical knockout of Jaromila and Filipagovic. And with a fight coming up with Anthony Joshua, Daniel Dubois is looking to finish the job in order to be able to face the winner of Tyson Fury and Oleksandr Usyk. So, do you think that Daniel Dubois is already looking past Anthony Joshua? Like I said in my other video, one of my other videos, I said I don't know where Daniel Dubois got his newly found confidence from. I'm very sure Frank Warren, the great promoter, has been saying a lot of things to his ears. So, because for me, I just feel like this guy, you need to calm down. You really need to calm down. Filipagovic is not really a great fighter in my opinion. Filipagovic is just an okay fighter with a big mouth. You know, people tend to overpraise all these fighters when they start calling out Anthony Joshua. Then people tend to say, he's a tough fighter, he's a tough fighter. And I will blame AJ for this. I will blame AJ for it. I've said this time and time again in my other video that whenever Anthony Joshua is going into a fight, we'll be scared that, I hope he wins this fight. And I say, this is not how a champion is supposed to be. We are not supposed to be scared for you when you are going into a fight. So that means that you haven't shown us enough for us to actually have our trust in you. So this is the reason why we actually hype up a lot of fighters that are not really up to the standard of what we are saying. For example, Big Baby Miller. You know, when Big Baby Miller was supposed to face Anthony Joshua, everybody was saying, Big Baby Miller is a good fighter. He might be able to beat AJ. Because every fight AJ is going into, we will all be worried about him that he might lose this fight. Because AJ is not a champion you can really throw your weight behind and, you know, beat your chest that this guy is definitely going to win this fight. AJ is not that kind of champion. He's the kind of champion that you will just hope he wins. And hopefully, most of the time, he come up with the winning. So this is one of the reasons why the people that he was supposed to fight and the people that he fights, we kind of overrate them. We kind of think they can do more than what they could do. And an example is Big Baby Miller. And another example is Filipagovic. He have not fought Philip, but he was supposed to fight Philip. And Philip was calling him out. He was saying a lot of stuff. He was saying he's going to beat AJ. And people actually believe him. Because this is the Anthony Joshua syndrome. Whenever Anthony Joshua is looking to face someone, or whenever someone is calling out Anthony Joshua, there is this possibility that the challenger could actually win the fight. Because AJ has not shown us enough for us to actually believe in him. And this is another thing that is happening with Daniel Dubois. I think Daniel Dubois is really underrating Anthony Joshua. As much as I'm thinking there is a chance for Daniel Dubois to actually pull it off, because like I said, Anthony Joshua is a guy that whenever he's going into a fight, everybody will be scared. Maybe he's going to lose the fight. I'm talking about his fans. You know, if you are not his fans, there's no reason to be worried. Like, you will just be predicting a loss for him. But as one of his fans, I'm always worried when he's going into a fight. And I'll be worried for him when he's going into this Daniel Dubois fight, because just because of the Anthony Joshua factor, you know, that comes with his fight. But that doesn't mean that Daniel Dubois can actually beat Anthony Joshua. For me, it's not possible. For me, I don't really think so. And I think he shouldn't be looking past Anthony Joshua. Anthony Joshua is a tough opponent. Anthony Joshua is even more tougher than Oleksandr Usyk. You know, now that Daniel Dubois is actually looking forward to fight Oleksandr Usyk again, one thing I would tell him is that Anthony Joshua is a tougher fight than Usyk, because Usyk cannot punch as heavy as Anthony Joshua. Anthony Joshua is a natural heavyweight. Usyk can punch. He knows how to deliver the power when he wants to do it. But Anthony Joshua is just raw power. Anthony Joshua is, whether he wants to deliver power or not, he delivers power. All his punches are power. He has this great uppercut. And Daniel Dubois is not the type that moves a lot. So he's actually out there for AJ to touch. He's out there for AJ to touch. AJ will definitely land one or two on him, and that will be very, very dangerous. I don't see how Daniel Dubois thinks he's going to beat AJ, to be honest. But it's just because of the AJ factor, because there is this possibility that AJ could lose the fight. Because when we look back to his fight with Andy Ruiz, people actually lost respect for AJ in that fight, because from just one punch to the head, Anthony Joshua just couldn't recover. So Anthony Joshua's recovery ability is very low, and this is the reason why we are always worried when he's going into a fight. Because what if Daniel Dubois was able to land one massive punch on his chin, you know, in the second round, and Anthony Joshua couldn't recover from that? That will be a problem for him. But without Daniel Dubois landing a big shot on AJ's chin or maybe on AJ's head within the second round to the 5th round, I think Anthony Joshua will knock him out by the 7th round. To me, I think Anthony Joshua will win this fight by knockout. Anthony Joshua will win this fight by knockout. Because if you look at it, whenever somebody actually makes Anthony Joshua get angry, which I'm very sure that Dubois has done, Dubois must have definitely pissed off Anthony Joshua. Definitely. Because Dubois was like someone who is looking up to AJ, and AJ also trying to mentor him and stuff like that. They were never friends, but at some point they were actually having this kind of respect for each other. But this is boxing. This is boxing, so we don't need any respect in boxing. Daniel Dubois is the champion. Anthony Joshua is the challenger. Daniel Dubois needs to defend the belt, so he cannot remain the small boy Daniel Dubois. No, Daniel Dubois is a man now. He's a world champion. So enough of all those mentor bullshit. Now Daniel Dubois is ready to do the business, and he's really looking to knock out AJ. He's really looking to knock out AJ, but I don't think he's going to be able to do it. Anthony Joshua is not a joke. It's a real business. It's a tough business. So, and he's really pissed with the way Daniel Dubois has been going at it in the press conference. Daniel Dubois has been exhuming a lot of confidence. So for me too, I'm looking at him like, where are you getting this confidence from? You know, but we are going to see what happens on September 21st. We will see who comes up top. Will Anthony Joshua be able to get it done, or will Daniel Dubois pull off the upset? We shall see. We shall see. But for me, I don't think he should be looking past Anthony Joshua, which he seems he's doing now. You are not supposed to be talking about Oleksandr Usyk at the moment. It's not your business. Now, Daniel Dubois is even in the media more than Usyk or Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury and Usyk, their fight is still a long time away. But Dubois' fight is just how many weeks? Like 2 weeks or 3 weeks away now. September 21st. His fight is here already, and every time he's saying something in the media. Because as we can see, AJ has not been saying much. We've been hearing a lot from Daniel Dubois, but AJ has not been saying much. So I would like him to concentrate on his training more. He doesn't have to tell us about what he wants to do to Usyk or what does. You don't have to look past AJ. AJ is your toughest opponent. You might be thinking Usyk is your toughest opponent, but no, AJ is your toughest opponent. AJ is a true, real heavyweight, and is a 2-time heavyweight champion. This guy is a serious business. This guy is a serious business, and you have pissed him up. This guy is really coming for you. AJ is coming for you. So I don't know why you should be looking past this fight. I'm not saying Daniel Dubois doesn't have the chance to beat AJ. But what I'm saying is that he needs to concentrate on this fight. He needs to concentrate on this fight, and he shouldn't be looking past this fight. Because we know that when fighters start looking past the fight, that is the time they are going to lose. They are going to lose woefully. Anthony Joshua is not a joke. I wish Daniel Dubois all the best, but I don't see him doing it. I don't think he will beat AJ. I don't think he will beat AJ. So he should stop calling out Usyk. If that is what Frank Warren, the Hall of Fame promoter, a legendary promoter, if that is what Frank Warren has been telling you, I will say this: Frank Warren will not be stepping into the ring with Daniel Dubois. So Daniel Dubois better know what he's saying. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Click that like button, share, and subscribe. Peace.